Go.
So, Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Today, Taufiq and I would like to present about the non-verbal communication of the gestures and paralinguistics. So, the content in this presentation that we would like to present is first is what is the non-verbal communication, second gestures, third is the paralinguistic, and lastly is the contribution. So what is nonverbal communication? It is the transfer of information, gestures, visual communication, tone of voice, eye contact, body language, and posture, like any of those aspects of communication. It is also a system of symbolic behaviors that includes all forms of communication except words. And by this you can express what you really mean, connect better with others, and build stronger and more rewarding relationship. So next is about gestures. So what is gestures? Basically, it is the motion of the hand, head, or other parts of the body to emphasize an idea or emotion. It is more likely to your body speaks or conveys a particular thought or emotion. It is visible actions to communicate particular messages, either in place of or in conjunction with speech. Your hands can be marvelous tools of communication when you speak, just like in that picture. So typical gestures include wave, point saluting, handshakes, pointing, a thumbs up, or use your hands when speaking, animate. This also made it possible for deaf people to communicate without speaking. So why gestures? Gestures allow individuals to communicate a variety of feelings and thoughts. It is easy to clarify and support your words, meaning to strengthen the audience's understanding of verbal messages. It is also easy to dramatize your ideas to help paint pictures in your listeners' minds. It is also to function as visual aids. It stimulates audience participation as it helps you indicate the response as it helps you indicate the response you seek from listeners. So there are also ways to gestures effectively. So one, this applies to who seek to become what you think, feel, and say. One is to respond naturally to what you think, feel, and say. And second is create the condition for gesturing. So should be naturally from your own unique thoughts and feelings. Third is suit the action to the word and the occasion. Fourth is make your gestures convincing to convey the intended impression. Fifth is make your gestures smooth and well-timed. And sixth, lastly, is make natural, spontaneous gesturing a habit, which means the gesturing is to determine what you are doing now. So to improve your gesture, it is to practice. But don't wait until the day of your speech. So next I will pass to Taufiq.
So, what is paralinguistic? So, a paralinguistic is the form of verbal communication that does not involve words. Paralinguistic is important because it helps modify or enhance meaning of words, and sometimes it can even help convey emotions to the audience. Factors that affecting paralinguistic includes volume, tone, intonation, and others that I'll explain in the next slide. So the first one is volume, which can be described as the loudness or softness of voice. When addressing an audience, soft voice may indicate lack of confidence, and vice versa if you're using loud voice. Next one is tone, which are basically emotions added while speaking. Tone is important because it tells the attitude of the speaker. So whether they are being sarcastic, aggressive, nervous, persuasive, or friendly. Next one is intonation. Intonation helps listeners determine if the message is where it fits a question, statement, or exclamation. And then we have next one is speed. Audience may not process information in time if speaker talks too fast, and at the same time, audience will also lose interest if you talk too slowly. Next, the fifth one is articulation. Articulation, clearly, which means clarity in the voice. Clearly articulated message indicates confidence and competence. Listeners will get distracted if the speaker talks sloppily or mispronounces some of the words. Next one is pronunciation, which is the manner in which the word is spoken. Next one is punctuation, which the uses of pauses in communication, which helps bring clarity to words and prevent confusion. Moving on, just like gestures earlier, paralinguistics also varies across cultures. This can lead to confusions, especially when the people of different backgrounds try to communicate with one another. So, for example, Americans is considered brash by Europeans because how they usually talk loudly. And another example, a good example is how Finnish people are perceived as slow because their language is more slower than other European languages. Okay. So, conclusion. To summarize, gesture and paralinguistics is essential for everyday life, as it can help in delivering a message as intended. Furthermore, this type of communication can significantly strengthen meaningful interaction in real life. That is all for us. Thank you for listening.